Hi, welcome to AllBrands After Hours. Me, your host, Courtney Douthat. Welcome to the show where we hang out and craft together. Today we're using our Brother ScanNCut to make a custom mom charcuterie board for Mother's Day. Let's do this. You heard me. We're making a charcuterie board. Now, Courtney, how in the world is the ScanNCut going to be making a charcuterie board? I've been seeing all over on Pinterest. You know I'm on Pinterest a lot. These really cool charcuterie boards that are made out of letters. And I absolutely love them. And I saw a lot of people buying them from stores. They cut them open and it's really, really cute. And I went to my local craft store and they didn't have the letters that I wanted to get to be able to cut them out. And then I was scrolling through Artspira, as you do. Alright, so we're in Artspira here. And I went ahead and I was scrolling. Of course, they have the amazing magazines that are always so cute. Ooh, look at that one. But I went ahead and I went to search and I typed in mom. And so I was looking through these and I'm like, oh, these are really cute because I need to get started on Mother's Day things. And so I'm seeing some embroidery designs, of course, some ScanNCut designs for cards and different things. And these are adorable. And believe me, I've made a lot of these. But when I was scrolling, I came across this, mom floral letters. And they're really cute. They put little fake flowers in them and they're adorable. And they're 3D letters that you cut out of cardstock and then glue together and you can fill them with whatever. Again, they filled theirs with flowers and that's adorable and that's cute. That's not really what I was thinking because I'm like, I am doing a Mother's Day brunch and this would be cute for that. And I could fill it full of flowers and that would be nice and have it as decor. Or we can make the charcuterie letters. So that is what we're going to do today. I love that Artspira not only gives you a photo, but it does give you a video tutorial. There isn't any audio in the video, but they have a cute little song that plays over it. And then they give you a supply list as well as step-by-step guides of how to do the project, which is fantastic. So I love that, but I am a visual person, so I do appreciate that they do have the video in there. Now, that same design is also in Brother Canvas. I know, I always go back to Brother Canvas. You know I love Brother Canvas, but a lot of people aren't familiar with Artspira yet, and Brother Canvas is kind of their comfort zone. So let's jump onto Brother Canvas so I can show you where that design is. All right, so right whenever you go into Brother Canvas, they always pop up all the cool things that are in there. Guys, so many free designs, so many free designs. So I'm gonna type in mom, floral, because that's what it was in Artspira. And there it is. I know, really cool. And again, they give you that video and the step-by-step recipe of how to make them. So I'm gonna go ahead, I just select the first ones like that. And you're like, wait, where did it go? It's right there. So that way you can send over one at a time. So if you notice, they made it as big as the mat would let them make it. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit File over here on the left-hand side, Export, Transfer, FCM. And you can either export via USB. So this first one, transfer via the internet or the record, whatever you prefer, cable as they call it. I'm gonna transfer wireless because it's so easy to do. All right, boom, transferred over. All right, so whenever I go to retrieve data on my ScanNCut, all right, from the cloud right there, dun, 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 there it is. How easy is that? I feel like not enough people harp about this. It's so easy. All right, so that's all we have to do to the design. So yes, there are other pieces that we need to bring over, but I like to just cut them out and kind of assembly line them at once. Now, since we are spelling out mom, we need 2 M's. So I would just go ahead and cut out 2 M's. So I'm going to take my cover off of my mat. Now, cardstock, I usually recommend the low tack mat, but unless you have a super old standard mat, then you can do it on that. But usually it is nice to do it on a low tack mat. All right, so I have a ton of cardstock here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pick a color. I think it'd be fun to do them in different colors. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put it on our mat. All right, we're gonna go ahead and load our machine, our mat in our machine. Please select, and we wanna cut. Fantastic, let's hit start. Now the cool thing about this is that if you noticed on the design, there was like tabs and different areas on there. It makes it so much easier to be able to fold. It's fantastic. Now this cuts very fast. I don't know if you can tell, but she is rocking and rolling right now. Okay, do you see how it's doing this right now? That is actually cutting out perforated lines. I told you, super easy to fold. because it does stuff like this. That makes it so easy, and you just fold it and then see, it's perfect. It's perfect. So I absolutely love this. And guys, you have perforated lines in the border section of your ScanNCut. So if you ever wanted to add some to a design you were creating, you absolutely could. So you could do that on canvas or in the machine itself. It's fantastic. So I'll have one letter be yellow, I'll have the other letter be blue, and then the other letter be green. And of course you could have done them all the same colors. I'm just being a little extra. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and unload this one. I always pull off the outside. Like, that is so cool. Okay, throw that part away, Courtney. Focus. Alright, so we're gonna specialist, and we're going to go underneath the letter, and we just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle to get it off the mat, because, you know, it's paper, and I don't want to shred it. Your machine did a great job cutting it out. Help her help you. Alright, so there's the first one. And before we play with that one and do anything else with that one, I'm going to go ahead and put on my next letter. I think I do want the other M to be green, and then the O could be blue. I don't know why. That feels right in my head, okay? Don't know why. I'm not going to question it. That's what it's telling me it needs to be, and who am I to argue? Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to load our mat. Alright, I'm going to hit OK. Please select cut, because, you know, 2 M's, I'm going to need 2 of the same thing, so I'm just going to let it cut out real fast. Let's hit start. And you can save this to your machine, so now you own the design of your machine. You don't have to keep transferring, even though transferring takes like 2 seconds. But if you did just want to save it in there, you absolutely could. Alright, so we've got our M here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our M right here. It's so good. Now I want this to be the back side and this to be up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in. So if you notice, I don't know if you can tell on camera, maybe you can tell this, but no, you can tell better. It's got little bitty perforated lines. What I'm going to do is just go down those lines and fold, like that. So come to this one, go right there, and fold. So that way it starts wanting to come in, because we've got to make the little borders that we actually use to fold up the sides of it, like that. How cool is that? So we've got those, and we have the little tabs. So I'm going to fold those tabs like this. And then I'm just folding everything, just kind of pre-folding. That way when I go to glue it, it glues nicely. It's the little things in life that get me. Like the perforated lines that make it so easy to fold. So that way you don't feel like you're doing like origami or something, you know, where it's, you're not really sure where to fold and you don't really want to mess it up. So the perforated lines, they help. There we go. And then how nice, I'm doing this while that one's cutting out. It's so good. Okay. All right, I think that's all the lines that I have to fold on this one. And it took me like 2 seconds to do. Oh, okay, this one's done. Let's go ahead and take this one off. All right, you sit over there. There we go. Still so good. All right, I think this one, mat's getting like dirty, you know, so it makes things easier to pop off. Ta-da! Okay, I will fold that one in a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this piece back on for the other color, because let's jump back into Canvas and get my other part. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this one, and I'm gonna right click it, and I'm just gonna delete it real fast. Boom. Because if I come back right here on the left hand side, I can come back here and type in mom again and get my design back. Now if you were smart, like I was not, I should have left it on the screen, but I didn't. I got excited and I just clicked right out of it. So mom floral brings up our design again, and we need this part right here because this is going to be like the inside of our M and stuff. So again, I'm going to just throw it to the bottom. That way when I need it again, I can just bring it right back up. Fantastic. So here's our other piece that we need to cut out of the same material we just cut the last two. So file, export FCM, wirelessly send it over. Boom. I told you, it's so fast. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Back home here at the home button, hit OK again, and it's going to bring us back here. So that way we can go to retrieve data from the wireless right here. So the cloud, retrieving, and there's our part. And that's so good. And again, you could be saving these if you were gonna do multiple of these or you just wanted to keep that design. So everything looks great. We're gonna hit okay. Please select, and we wanna cut. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and load my mat and hit start. All right, there she goes. So she's gonna cut out my next piece. So I'm gonna come over here and start folding up this one. If you can see, assembly line, it's fantastic. So just like we folded that first one, just gonna go ahead and fold these. So I noticed on the instructions, I should be folding that little tab right here at the top, in, and then the last one goes out. Sometimes looking at the instructions is probably helpful. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. All right. I think that last one as well on the side goes out. If you accidentally fold it the wrong way, it's so easy to fold it back the other way, especially again, the perforated lines. It's so good. So you see, fold, and the last one out. So everything goes in until that last one. And then as soon as I'm done folding this, that will probably be done cutting, but also I can go ahead and get my hot glue gun. Now they recommend a glue roller, you know, those little tape rollers, and that's great. I'm out of mine currently, and also they just put fake flowers in theirs. I'm putting food, and people are going to be touching these and messing with these, so I would really prefer them to be a little bit more structured, so I am going to hot glue it. All right, the last one. I've plugged in the hot glue gun, and she is almost ready to go. This girl is going. She is doing great. So I feel like there's a few pieces I could probably just go ahead and glue down. I'm so impatient, okay? I get excited. All right, so let's go back to our original roll. Let's pull that one over here. And so I went ahead and I folded them. Again, that last one is folded out. So the way that we're going to do it, we're gonna go ahead and start the side ones, because what you do is you fold down. So we're going to glue this piece. You see how it's white right here, that little tab? You're gonna glue that, and that's going to stick down. So if you wanna put a little glue on the inside, you could, but that tab right here is really what seals it in. So that is going to be glued, and that actually makes your first wall like this. So that's gonna be able to hold all of our stuff. And then there's these little tabs on the outside. Those get flipped in because they're going to be eaten up, or they're going to be like this. So there's the little tab. It's gonna sit in there, it's going to get swallowed up, and then we're going to, again, glue this part down. Now I don't want to glue this part until I get that inner part, because they recommend doing the inner part first. I'm so impatient. I just want to at least do the sides. I'm just going to go ahead and do the sides, and then we'll glue down the center part, and then that way we can close these tabs, but I really want to do the sides. All right, I'm smelling the glue gun. She is live and active. Again, they recommend a roller glue, but I just want this as structurally sound as possible. So I'm just gonna use hot glue. I love hot glue. The only thing with hot glue is there's no going back. All right, so we're going to just hurry up and put some glue into here. And we're gonna put some glue on this tab right there. Go, close it, close it, close it. Gorgeous. So then it just sits right up. Oh, perfect timing, our other piece is done. That was perfect timing. I felt like the universe was like, she's gonna jump ahead. Y'all better hurry up. All right, let's take off this part. The universe was like, if you want her to to do this correctly, I'm gonna need you to hurry up for her. All right, so there's one piece. There's another one, and the last side right here. There we go, gorgeous. So go ahead and throw it away. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my other green piece on there so we can cut out these that I need for the green part. Again, assembly line. All right, hit okay. Please select, we wanna cut, start. All right, there she goes. So again, she's going. All right, and these other ones, I'm gonna go ahead and fold them. So the way to fold these, well, all of them really, so it's kind of the same way. So we're going to leave the outside part out like that, and then the rest of it folds in. So I'm just gonna fold this whole thing in half, following that dotted line, like that. and then flipping the outside parts out. Go. Like that. Cute, 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 cute. And that way it can do its little bending action that it needs to do, because it's going to go right here. So when we look at the M, that part will go right here. How cool is that? All right, let's fold the other one. I guess this is the top one, yeah. So fold in half. That. Flip out the outer part. Fold. And then that way it does that part of it. Cute. All right, last one. All right, there we go. All right, so we have all of our pieces now. I'm gonna put that one up here. I feel like we should go ahead and do this part, the top part. All right, so again, we can put a little bit of glue inside of these so it sticks them together. And then what they do is they're going to sit. Now, the thing that they want you to do is they want, for the edge pieces, like the inner part right here, they're gonna have one tab that gets glued down to here. So it wants it on the very edge. So right here is the edge, and they want you to put it on the edge, and then they want you to take one of those tabs and wrap it around. So that way, on the back side of it, you see that tab gets glued down back here this time. That way, it gives you a little bit more structural support. So I'm gonna find the center. I'm gonna find the center of my M and make sure I'm perfectly lined up on that center right there. I think my best bet is just go ahead and put some glue on one of these tabs like this. So now, no matter what I do, I'm centered, which is great. So we're gonna go ahead, put that tab where it's supposed to be, line it up, and just put some glue. There we go. Perfect. All right, now flip it on over like this, and a little bit of glue, and then pull that tab down. Like that. All right, on the other side. There we go. And I'm gonna flip it and then kind of press, and that way it stays down like that. Great. All right, now you notice how on the top part right here, it has these little tabs. Those are gonna get swallowed up just like these tabs over here. They're going to both go inside because they're gonna get swallowed up by this. Like that. Oh, look, it held even without glue. But of course we do want to put glue. That way we know nothing is moving anywhere we don't want it to move. All right, there we go. And then the same thing on here. So both those tabs that were sticking out go in. Oh, we get to glue the side. I'm gonna put a little glue in there, hold that together, and then there we go. Put that tab on the inside like this. Swallow it up. Like that. So good. Okay. It's so cute. All right, so the outside's pretty much done. Now all we have to do is the inside part. So we've got our two pieces like this. Now if you notice, one of them has a tab, this one. The other one doesn't. Because, well, technically you only need a tab, one tab, because the other one is gonna get swallowed up in that side. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So we need to make sure that it's sitting right where it needs to be, right here in the corner, because again, those tabs are the outer tabs, so these right here, are going to get flipped on the inside. So if you want to actually fold those that got away, if you feel like it's easier, then you can do that. So like this. So that way it can hug. So I think it's more important to go ahead and put those tabs in, like this, in that corner. That way I'm positioned right when I glue things down. Because remember, we're using hot glue. There's no going back. All right, so the little tabs are coming out right there. Perfect. All right, there we go. All right, she's right where she needs to be. I'm gonna glue this part. I'm gonna wait to glue this until that other tab's right there so I can slip it on the inside. But I do feel like it'd be nice to have my placement already down. There we go. And I could at least glue the back if I wanted to. All right, so we're going to flip her right this way. I'm just swirling this whole thing around. All right, both the tabs from the outside are gonna come in like this, and then we're going to swallow them up like that. So, saw that little tab came out. So let's go ahead and put some glue on it. Man, this really comes together super easy. They designed it really nicely. I'll give them that. Oh, look at that! That's so good. All right, let's do the other side. Okay. All right, fold that one in. Okay. We'll do it from the back so you guys can see. All right, so I'm slipping it in there. Like that. All right, everything's buttered up where it needs to go. All right, flip her on over. All right, there we go. So everything is where it needs to be, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put some glue. Just to like hold it down, you know. We don't want anything slipping. Okay, great. All right, now, so we've gotten to the M corner right here. I'm gonna go ahead and flip those tabs in. Oh, there we go, flip that tab in. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this part so it holds. And take this tab right here and have it go inside of the other one, like this. That way when I glue them, it becomes one piece, like that. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue down. All right, flip it over, and then that way I can glue all these down. All right, now flip it over. Oh my goodness, it's coming out so good. There's hot glue strings everywhere. All right, so we're gonna put both tabs inside now. And then swallow it up with this last one. Ooh, my green is done. Perfect timing. So we're gonna put our finished letter and put it, where am I gonna put it? I'm putting it over here. Okay, go ahead and take this one off. You see how it's getting easier to take things off the mat because it's getting dirtier. It just doesn't have as much stick as it did, which is totally fine. I'll clean it and it'll bring it all back. All right, so we've got the rest of our M, so we'll be able to put that one together. We need to grab these guys because we need to make our O. I told you guys, we are assembly lining this, all right? We're getting all the things done. All right, let's jump over to canvas. Alrighty, and we were smart and we kept this up. There's our O. How crazy does that look? And there's our O. How good does that look? It looks so good. All right, super, super easy to do. Look at all of its parts. And I'm gonna hit File, Export FCM, wirelessly through the internet. Boom. All right, so then we hit OK. Back home to our home button right here. Hit OK. Retrieve from the cloud right here. There it is. How fast is this? All right, let's hit OK. Please select. We want to cut. I'm going to go ahead and load my mat. All right, and hit start. That one is going to be an 11-minute cut. Wow, that one's gonna take a little bit of time, which is totally fine because we got things we need to do with this other M. All right, so this part, I'm just gonna film it like you're me, okay? You're me, ignore the giant stain of where I spilled Totally Awesome on my mat. All right, so let's go ahead. We did this part already. where we folded them all in except the outer parts we flipped out. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the side bits because I feel like it's easier when the side bits are on. I don't know, in my brain it makes sense. So I'm gonna take that hot glue. I'm just gonna put a little bit so that way I can stick this together like that, okay? And then we're going to take this tab and we're gonna glue it to the bottom right here. Go. All right. Boom, one side done. There we go. Well, technically. Do the other one. Okay. To the tab. Okay, there we go. A little hack for you is if you ever need to put like a new glue stick on here, I usually just put like heat up the end of this and put a little bit of dab of glue and then put it in there. And then it sticks and it doesn't want to wobble out. All right, here we go. It's so good. That is so good. Okay. You can tell as projects go on, I get reckless. It looks like a tower. I don't know. Okay. Here we go. A piece away. Our last part on here. So we're folding in to make the outside, and then the last little flap gets folded out so we can glue it down like that. Cute. All right, going around. How crazy are these sides? Okay, that gets folded in, so that way you can swoop underneath like that. This whole thing gets folded in half. Like that. Fold it out. All right, that way. Look at those sides. So really, the part that we're cutting out is only for just this part. That's it, because the rest of it can be put together. There we go. So I feel like I could just go ahead and do the outside part. I feel like we're good. As long as I don't do the inside one, I can do that one in a minute. But I feel like I can go ahead and just do the outside parts. I think this is the concerning confidence I get sometimes in some of my projects. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the side right here. So. Okay, and again, we're going to sandwich that and glue this tab. Go. We're gonna open it up so I can make sure that that tab gets flipped inside of there. Like that. Oh my gosh, this is coming together so easy. All right, I'm gonna do the other side. That way the tab can go in there before I glue that part down. Okay. sides up. All right, so now that I have that, I can go ahead and make sure both these tabs right here are put in. That way we can swallow it up like that. Look at that, so good. Okay. There we go, flip it on over. Both those tabs come in, swallow it up. I was gonna say iron it down, but glue it down. There we go. All right, and that leaves the only part we have to do is the center part right here. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. I'm just pulling things off the mat now. We've gotten to that point in my life. All right. Oh my goodness, so cool. Okay, so this must be the other side of this. All right, so we're gonna fold this one in half, so the little bitty one. Because at first I was like, oh, it's the inside. It's not. It's the other side of this. All right, go. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. So then it just slips in like that. Love. Okay. Let's fold these in half. All right, I'm just folding both of them the same way because after thinking about it, I'm like, well, yeah, of course they're gonna go the same way because they're literally hugging it. Cool. All right, and then these parts fold out. Like that. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, last one. All right, there we go. All right, fold that out. All right, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead. I feel like I wanna glue these down first and then have this swallow it at the end. I think that's our best bet. All right, so I'm gonna open them up, slide it in. That. There we go. Okay, and start gluing things down. All right, I'm gonna make sure that tab is on the inside. So again, I can just swallow that tab up whenever it's time. All right, do the other side. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close up this side. So tabs go in. I'm gonna go ahead and curve them a little bit. So tabs are in, and we're just going to swallow that up. And then all we have to do is glue that one tab. All right, last one for this part. And then we do have to glue the back. I forgot about that. Flip it over, and all we have to do is glue the back. Oh, didn't glue this one. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. All right, now you would think we're done, and you could be done at this spot if you wanted to be done. But there is one additional piece that they do have, or technically two, technically three, pieces that they do have that you can put in. So if you notice the tabs, I mean, they're cute, they're okay. If you're putting stuff in it, like if you were putting fake flowers like they do, I don't think you really need to put like an insert inside of there. They do give you that design if you want to do it. I'm personally going to do it because what I'm going to do is actually cut it out of parchment, because there is going to be food and different things in here, and the parchment is going to, one, make it food safe. Two, if there's any liquids, like if I put any fruit or anything like that, it's not gonna just bleed through it. So I am gonna just cut mine out of parchment and slip them in. But if you wanted to do a nice decorative cardstock or paper or anything like that inside of it, you could absolutely do that. That would be really nice too. But again, since I'm putting food in mine, I'm just gonna cut it out of parchment and then slip it on in there. And all there was left to do is add the food to it. So I do have the parchment that was cut out by my ScanNCut, and I just slipped my food in there. Ritz crackers fit in there great. Just as a heads up, that is a perfect width for it. And I just added all these fun little things. Now, since I did make this early for Mother's Day, I went ahead and made one for my kiddos. And so these are all their little snacks that they enjoy, and they got to enjoy it, and they actually didn't tear it up, and I can reuse it for Mother's Day. And yes, the flowers are food safe, do not worry. I think these came out beautifully, perfectly, wonderfully. Let me know down in the comments, are you gonna make these? Have you ever seen something like this? Because I feel like it's going everywhere viral, and you know, I gotta try it if I see it. So let me know down in the comments, are you making one of these? What are you doing for Mother's Day? Are we doing anything? Is your husband gonna buy you a ScanNCut? Yeah, I feel like it's a good time to ask for one. And if you are getting a ScanNCut, tell them to come shop with us. Our ScanNCuts are available on our website, AllBrands.com, and of course you are supporting this mama, so I thank you very much whenever you guys do purchase through us. Not only do we have ScanNCuts, we have accessories, we have all amazing things, so make sure you stop by our website, AllBrands.com, and we appreciate when you guys do shop with us, because it allows us to keep doing this free education, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. You guys watching our shows, shopping with us, that is how you're letting us continue this. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for everyone that has shopped on our website, allbrands.com. I truly appreciate that. And if you do leave a comment in it, I get to see those. Those get forwarded to me. So if you're shopping on our website, say hi in the comments. At the end of your order, just put a little comment and I get to see them. So thank you guys so much for shopping with us, for hanging out with me and letting me do these awesome videos. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because it's the easiest way to let us know that you guys want more of these videos. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all. It's I could not remember the word familiar. I was not familiar with the word familiar. So I was doing that while she was doing that. We're a team, okay? She might do more than I do, though. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Can she stand up? No, she can't stand up around. Well, maybe she could. Let me see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm throwing things. Ugh. Where'd it go? Did before.